My name is Andy Stone. I'm Director of Advocacy with Pangea Legal Services.
I'm Kitsi Esteva with Causa Justa Just Cause.
My name is Tania Cardenas Mares. I work for Legal Services for Children.
My name is Saira Hussein. I'm a staff attorney in the Criminal Justice Reform Program at Advancing Justice Asian Law Caucus.
FREESF, the Full Rights, Equality, and Empowerment Coalition, is a coalition of different community-based organizations, legal service providers that work in a variety of different fields and communities that have come together at the intersection of criminal justice reform and immigrant rights advocacy. We've existed for over 8 years, and our membership includes a broad array of different community-based organizations and legal service providers working in a very diverse population.
The FREESF, since its inception, has really been about changing policy at the local level and making sure that San Francisco is a pro-immigrant rights city.
FREESF has had a long history of fighting for immigrant rights, justice, and criminal justice reform.
In 2009, we passed the Due Process for Youth Ordinance, which prevented juvenile probation from turning juveniles over to Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
In 2013, when I started working at Causa Justa, we passed the Due Process for All legislation.
FREESF was really instrumental in pushing back against some of the anti-immigrant narrative that we heard coming out at a national level. And we were able to push back against that and really ensure that we broadened our protections here in San Francisco.
Then in 2013, FREESF was able to champion and get past the Due Process for All ordinance. And that essentially identified some of the major practices that Immigration and Customs Enforcement was engaging in. This was causing the separation of families. This was also entangling our local law enforcement in carrying out deportations, because every single jail across the country, including here in San Francisco, became a potential venue for deportation where ICE could come into the jail and pick people up.
I still remember last year when we went together to confront Sheriff Hennessy right before, another wave of attacks on due process in San Francisco. And a bunch of moms on Mother's Day showed up to her doors and with children, in their arms, came out and were like, hey, we're here because what you're gonna do is gonna impact us directly. Do you wanna separate me from my baby? What's up?
I feel like FREESF does a really great job of encompassing and bringing in the whole community and rising up together and putting in the struggles as one.
So FREESF really harnesses the power of the community to be able to advance pro-immigrant policies at the local level here in San Francisco. We really try to make our spaces accessible as possible and really work to bring a diverse group of individuals and communities together to really affect this change. We live in a very crucial moment, I think, and times like this, it's so important to really invest and to support community organizations that are building the power of the community to affect real, solid, sustainable change.
It's a moment to unite. This is a moment to be in solidarity and to be in action in the streets. Organizing is much more important than ever before, right? If we're gonna be able to confront what's in front of us.
This is a great way to show with the accomplishments that we have made that la unión de verdad hace la fuerza. We are resilient people and we will continue to thrive.
Regardless of the political atmosphere, we will continue to do this work. It's such important work and it's really needed, and we'll be there to stand up for the dignity of our communities and to ensure that our communities have support and the protections that they need.
The strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.